All right, everybody. We have a bit of breaking news from inside of the NFL. I guess you could call it that. The NFL has officially decided to shorten its preseason to just 2 weeks. So basically, it looks like, according to Field Yates, Adam Schefter, pretty much everybody knows this by now. It's about 30 minutes old. Preseason week 1 will be August 20th to August 24th. Preseason week 2 will be August 27th to August 31st, and September 10th they will open the season on Chiefs versus Texans. Boom, that's the season. That's the start of the season. I was predicting that this would happen. You know what I mean? I pretty much predicted. I felt like they were going to shorten it down to 2 games when I seen them cancel the Hall of Fame game. So basically, in essence, the league canceled weeks 1 and 4 of its original preseason schedule. Everybody knows it canceled the Hall of Fame game. So basically, it's going to play the middle chunks. 2 and 3 games are underway. Everyone's going to play a home game and one on the road. Teams that will travel will depart on the days before the games. Let's see. But I'm just basically kind of trying to pick this up and give you like the biggest news. No teams were able to practice on fields during the offseason, and many gyms and other conditions have been closed. The NFL standard preseason has been 4 games since. It was shortened from 6 games in 78. So this way it's going to 2 games. It is expected to be cut further when owners activate a provision in the CBA to extend the regular season to 17 games. They can do that as early as 2021. So basically, we all knew the 2-game thing was coming in a couple years, if not next year, for a shorter preseason, longer regular season. But they pretty much are going to only do 2 games, which is, pretty much expected. The NFL and the NFL Players Association continue to discuss protocols for reopening of team facilities, testing programs, and other matters related to playing amid a pandemic. Sources close to the discussion say there is no hard deadline for a finalizing of protocols, but if training camps are to start on time, July 28th for all but 2 teams, there's a sense on both sides that an agreement needs to be reached by the end of this week, or by the end of next week. Next week. So that would make it, if we look here, July 10th, roughly. So basically, this is an article on ESPN by Kevin Seifert. You can find all the news on the changed up in the season. Pro Football Talk, they're going to do NFL to announce on Thursday that week 1 and week 4 of the NFL. Yeah, basically, they pretty much announced this today. I know it's only, Wednesday? But basically, yeah. So it's basically everything is they're going to drop it down a couple of years. There's not going to be a supplemental draft this year, according to a couple things. Down to 2 games. Week 1 and 4 of the preseason are eliminated. Your team will play a road game, and they will play 1 home game. So look into that. Look into what your weeks 2 and 3 were. I'm pretty sure those are going to remain about the same. It sounds like they're just going to continue. They're going to play their so September 10th, the games are canceled. Man, I really hope that's not going to happen. All right, but anyway, so basically we get games 2 and 3 of the preseason. The rest are canceled. And so what do you think about that? Do you think that's a good idea to, less necessary games, only play the necessary games, reduce the risk? It is what it is with COVID. You may believe it's as bad as it is. You may not believe in such a thing. Whatever weird stance you may take on this, this is probably a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Reduce the amount of unnecessary games played. I'm glad there's still going to be somewhat of a preseason. It's kind of a preview of the future of the preseason anyway. I'm totally fine with this. Totally fine with it. Who cares about 2 preseason games anyway? The first one's usually ass, and the 4th one's only tryouts anyway. The 3rd one's the best one. So we still get the best one. We'll see a little bit more of the starters, I would imagine. This could be a little bit more interesting. This will be a bit of an interesting preseason, I think. A road game, a home game, boom, boom. There we go. I like what everything seems to be. Here are the dates. Week 1 will be August 20th through the 24th, and week 2 will be August 27th through the 31st. I know it's discouraging to see plans change with the NFL, but just know these are plans that are set in place. They had what-if plans. So good for the NFL. We'll see if they can get the protocol thing figured out. Hopefully they can get it figured out by the end of next week. Let me know what you think of everything down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Again, only 2 preseason games for this year's preseason due to the COVID. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Leave a like. Those help grow the channel, and I'll get back to your comment. Have a good one. Go Patriots. Go Lions. And peace.